Welcome to the Virtual Tutor Series on Core Mathematics for Senior High Schools. This is part 3 of the series of lessons on linear equations in one variable. In our previous lesson, we covered a type of linear equation in which the variable is on only one side of the equal sign. In this episode, we take a look at another type of linear equation in which the variable is on both sides of the equal sign. If you haven't watched our previous lessons yet, I recommend that you do so before watching this video. As usual, take your book and pen as you follow along. For instance, given the equation 3x minus 7 is equal to x plus 5, you notice that the variable is on both sides of the equal sign. That is 3x on the left-hand side and x on the right-hand side. We can solve an equation of this type using the following steps. Step 1. Group the variable terms on one side of the equal sign, usually on the left-hand side. Step 2. Group the number terms on the other side of the equal sign, usually on the right-hand side. Step 3. Simplify by adding or subtracting like terms. And step 4. Divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable. Now, let's see how the equation 3x minus 7 is equal to x plus 5 can be solved using these steps. The variable terms are 3x and x, and the number terms are negative 7 and 5. The first step is to move x from the right-hand side to join 3x at the left-hand side. We do so by subtracting x from both sides of the equal sign. So basically, x on the right-hand side becomes negative x on the left-hand side. Therefore, we have the left-hand side to be 3x minus x. The second step is to move negative 7 from the left-hand side to join 5 on the right-hand side. And we do so by adding 7 to both sides of the equal sign. So basically, negative 7 on the left-hand side becomes 7 on the right-hand side. Therefore, we have the right-hand side to be 5 plus 7. The third step is to simplify by adding or subtracting like terms. So at the left-hand side, we have 3x minus x to be 2x. And at the right-hand side, we have 5 plus 7 to be 12. The fourth step is to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 2. So we have 2x divided by 2 on the left hand side, and 12 divided by 2 on the right hand side. Now, on the left hand side, 2 cancels out 2, and on the right hand side, 12 divided by 2 is 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6. And in case you are required to find the truth set, then the truth set is the set that contains the element x such that x is 6. Here are a few examples. Example number 1. Solve the equation 13x minus 12 is equal to 5x plus 60. Solution. We have the equation 13x minus 12 is equal to 5x plus 60. Step 1 is to group the variable terms on one side of the equal sign. So let's move 5x to join 13x on the left hand side. $5x at the right hand side becomes negative 5x at the left hand side. Therefore, we have 13x minus 5x at the left hand side. Step 2 is to group the number terms on the other side of the equal sign. So let's move negative 12 to join 60 at the right hand side. Therefore, we have 60 plus 12 at the right hand side. Step 3 is to simplify by adding or subtracting the like terms. So at the left hand side, we have 13x minus 5x to be 8x. And at the right hand side, we have 60 plus 12 to be 72. Now, for step 4, let's divide both sides by the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 8. So at the left hand side, we have 8x divided by 8. And at the right hand side, we have 72 divided by 8. Eight cancels out 8. And 72 divided by 8 is 9. Therefore, x is equal to 9. Example 2. Find y in the equation 3 plus 3y is equal to 1 minus 13y. Here is the solution. We are given the equation 3 plus 3y is equal to 1 minus 13y. Let's group like terms by adding 13y to both sides and subtracting 3 from both sides. This yields 3y plus 13y at the left-hand side and 1 minus 3 at the right-hand side. Adding or subtracting like terms, we have on the left-hand side 3y plus 13y to be 16y, and on the right-hand side 1 minus 3 to be negative 2. Now, let's divide both sides by the coefficient of y. The coefficient of y is 16. So we have 16y divided by 16 at the left-hand side and negative 2 divided by 16 at the right-hand side. At the left-hand side, 16 gets rid of 16, and at the right-hand side, 2 into negative 2 is negative 1, and 2 into 16 is 8. Therefore, y is equal to negative 1 over 8. Example number 3. Find the truth set of the equation 2p plus 6 plus p is equal to 3 minus 2p plus 8. Let's solve it together. We are given the equation 2p plus 6 plus p is equal to 3 minus 2p plus 8. First, let's group the variable terms on one side. In this case, we will move negative 2p from the right-hand side to join 2p and negative p on the left-hand side. But we are aware that a negative figure on the right-hand side becomes positive on the left-hand side, and vice versa. Therefore, we have the variable terms to be 2p minus p plus 2p. Next is to group the number terms together by pushing 5 to join 3 and 8 at the right-hand side. This means that 5 at the left-hand side becomes negative 5 at the right-hand side. So we have 3 plus 8 minus 5 at the right hand side. Now let's add or subtract like terms. On the left hand side, we have 2 minus p plus 2 to be 3p. And on the right hand side, we have 3 plus 8 minus 5 to be 6. We now get rid of 3 at the left hand side by dividing both sides by 3. This produces 3p divided by 3 at the left hand side and 6 divided by 3 at the right hand side. At the left hand side, we have 3 cancelling out 3, leaving p. And at the right hand side, we have 3 into 6 to be 2. So p is equal to 2. However, this is not the final answer because the question is asking for the truth set of the equation and not just the solution or root. Therefore, the solution needs to be put in curly brackets or braces. Thus, the truth set is the set that contains the elements p such that p is 2. It is always important to look for the demands of the given question and provide your answers accordingly. On this note, we bring the curtain down on today's lesson. In our next lesson, we will take a look at linear equations containing brackets. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, share, and leave your comments in the comment section below. You may also consider subscribing to the TVTL's YouTube channel in order to receive notification on educational videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video lessons.